Hi, it's Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com with another quick tip for families in intensive care. So today's tip is about a question that I have, or a frustration more or less, from a reader who says, I'm trying to make the ICU doctors actually listen instead of getting angry at my questions and concerns. How can I make that happen? If you could help me, I would really appreciate it. From Nancy. Now, Nancy, first off, you need to give yourself a tap on your shoulder, and you should take this as a compliment that the doctors are potentially getting angry and frustrated at you because you're probably asking the right questions. You probably have watched enough of my videos, read enough of my blog to have a grasp of what is really going on. And they're probably feeling a little bit intimidated. I mean, there's a blog post that I wrote a while ago, what questions to ask, and if you're asking those questions, you're holding them to account, and they probably don't like it. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. However, by the same token, if you feel like you are not getting the answers that you want, then I recommend the following. Number one, you need to get access to the medical records, and then you can actually see what's in there. And if it's difficult for you to interpret what's in the medical records, and for most families it is difficult to interpret what's in there, then you can reach out to us here at intensivecarehotline.com for a second opinion. We can help you decipher the medical records and give you our take on things, and we can answer the questions that the doctors seem to be reluctant to ask, and that is really my advice here. Don't get frustrated at them, because if you get frustrated at them and they get frustrated at you, that might only become more and more negative, and you don't want that. By the same token, it makes you wonder, what is it they have to hide? What questions is it they can't answer? But it often helps, when I talk to doctors and nurses directly with my clients, it often helps if you have someone on the phone with you that speaks the lingo. I have worked in intensive care for nearly 25 years in 3 different countries, where I worked as a nurse manager for over 5 years. And I have been consulting and advocating for families in intensive care for over 10 years now here at intensivecarehotline.com, since 2013, in order to be precise. And I can say without the slightest hint of exaggeration that we have saved lives as part of our consulting and advocacy. And you can look up our testimonial section on our website, intensivecarehotline.com. You can look up our podcast section, where we interviewed clients, and they can verify that we helped them save their loved one's life, where ICUs would have withdrawn treatment prematurely and unnecessarily. We even have clients, even patients from ICU on the podcast, that would have died if we hadn't intervened and advocated for the families, and said, look, there's no need to pull out here. It's way too early. And also, it is not up to ICU teams to make that decision. It is your decision, or a patient's decision, or next of kin / medical power of attorney's decision, right? So that is my quick tip for today, because there are so many families that have so many questions when they have a loved one in intensive care. And that's why we created a membership for families of critically ill patients in intensive care. And you can get access to it by going to intensivecarehotline.com, by clicking on the membership link, or by going to intensivecaresupport.org directly. In the membership, you have access to me and my team 24 hours a day in the membership area and via email. And we answer all questions intensive care related. There's no question that we can't answer. And in the membership, you also have access to 21 videos and ebooks that are specifically designed for families of critically ill patients in intensive care, that cover a variety of topics, but it gives you a roadmap how to manage a situation like that when you have a loved one in intensive care. Proven strategies that we've applied for over 10 years with real results and real outcomes. I also offer one-on-one consulting with you and your families over the phone, Skype, WhatsApp, Zoom, whichever medium works best for you. And I also talk to doctors and nurses directly with you. And I also represent you in family meetings. And when I talk to doctors and nurses directly, I ask all the questions that you haven't even considered asking, but must be asked when you have a loved one in intensive care, so that you can make informed decisions, have peace of mind, control, power, and influence. And you will say that you will see that the dynamics will change very quickly in your favor once you have someone on your team like myself who speaks the medical language, the clinical language, and who can hold the intensive care team accountable for their actions or non-actions. We are specialized on patient advocacy and consulting in intensive care. Now, we also offer medical record reviews in real time so that you can get a second opinion in real time. We also offer medical record reviews after intensive care if you have unanswered questions, if you need closure, or if you are simply suspecting medical negligence. And all of that you get at intensivecarehotline.com by clicking, by going to our website, intensivecarehotline.com, by calling us on one of the numbers on the top of our website, or simply send us an email to support@intensivecarehotline.com. Now, if you like my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel for regular updates for families in intensive care. Click the like button, click the notification bell, share the video with your friends and families, and comment below what you want to see next, what questions and insights you have. Thank you so much for watching. This is Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com, and I will talk to you in a few days. Take care for now.